in this skills demonstration, I would like to show you how you can use App Inventor to display temporary output using notifications. Okay, so this is going to be a very simple little app. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add a button, and the idea is when the button is pressed, I want to display some information. To do this, I'm going to add another component called the Notifier. And notice that when I add it to the screen, it doesn't actually display on the screen. And that's because it's not really part of the screen permanently. It's not always there. The idea that I want to achieve is when I push the button, I'd like the Notifier to pop up and display some messages. So let's see what this looks like in the block editor. Okay, so starting off here, when the button is clicked, I'm going to do something with the Notifier. What is it I want to do with the Notifier? I want to show an alert. And it's asking for some text to display. In this case, the button was pressed. Let's see how this works on our phone. So when I push the button, we see a little notification here that's timed. It goes away, pops up for a short duration, and tells me my button was pushed. Okay, I'm going to drag that off for a second. Another thing we can do with the Notifier to display some temporary input is to show a message dialog. And in this case, I've got 3 slots for input. It wants the message. That's the same thing I had over here before. It wants a title. That's the header for the pop-up that's going to be displayed. In this case, I'll just put in the word alert. And then, unlike the previous display, this pop-up will remain there until a button is pushed, until a button acknowledges that the message has been seen. In many cases, we just want the button text to say, okay, I've seen it, go away now. Okay, let's see how this works. In this example, when I push the button, we get a dialog that pops up. Notice that it blanks out the rest of my screen and makes me pay attention to it. Because in order to dismiss the pop-up, I've got to push the OK button. I've got to acknowledge that I've actually seen that message. The dialog will remain there until I push the OK button. Unlike the previous example, the alert, where it just kind of displays temporarily. And if I'm not looking at the screen at the right time, I may miss it. Okay, so using these notifiers can be very helpful when I want to get some quick output. When I want to understand the state of my program, it can be very useful in debugging purposes to kind of understand what's going on in your program. What's the value of a variable right now? What's the state of this thing right now? And I don't want to necessarily alter my screen layout, my interface. I just want to quickly get this information.